I'm in the city where I actually live right now, San Diego. Not on the road this time, just home. And I want to ask you something like real question. Have you ever thought about how simple success with girl actually is? Like simple. I know it sounds crazy because I've been going out like picking up girls almost every single weekend of my life since 2017 or something like that. Well, almost a decade now. And honestly, my understanding of it, it's complex. It's deep. There's a lot of layers to it. But here's the thing, and you might be surprised by this. Once I'm actually out there in the field meeting girls, it's very, very simple. It really is. So let me tell you about this client that we have, a successful CEO come on a boot camp. He was with us in Europe. He runs like a motor company, like south of the US. So big title, big money, very, very like successful guy, individual. And the whole thing, every time, every single time he comes on boot camp, we ask, hey man, how's been going since last boot camp? And he's always answering the same thing. Jeff, Bryce, I'm really bad at this. I'm getting in my head, not expressing the real myself, my sexuality, and all that we hear all the time. I'm bad. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever you say, but check this out. The guy, every single time he get laid on the program, every single time. So clearly, something is not adding up because he think it's bad. And the real result says something completely different. And that's when I realized like the mental aspect, your mindset, that is really, really key in this whole game. It's not really about the lines. It's not about the outfit. It's not even really about look half of the time. It's the mind. So I started like reading a lot of books like in mindset, like not even like dating books, more like how athletes perform at high level, how they get coached, how they train their mind to actually perform under pressure. And one thing I remember, and this was like a big shift for me, even as a client, way before I was coaching, is how you talk to yourself, like literally the words you use in your own head after a night out, for example. How much fun did you describe your night as? Because if nothing happened, and let's say you have like zero results, zero makeup, whatever, you go home and you tell yourself, that was a terrible night. I suck. I'm hopeless. Bro, you're training your brain literally to lose. You're literally coaching yourself into failure. The book like Mental Toughness by sports like athlete like Jim Lure is the ability to perform at your best under pressure by staying confident, focused, positive, and emotionally in control. So in this book, Lure's like break it down like 7 pillars, and it maps like perfectly what we do in the field. So the first one is like self-confidence, trust your preparation and ability. Second one, negative energy control, manage fear, anxiety, and frustration. Third one was like attention to control, stay focused on the present task. Fourth one, visualization, mentally rehearse success and resilience. Fifth one was motivation, be driven by personal growth and mastery. Sixth was positive energy. He says like maintain enthusiasm and optimism. 7-1, the last one was attitude control. View challenges as opportunity to improve. So here's the key lesson here from this book with me. Confidence does not come from like first. People get that backward. Mental toughness is built by repeatedly facing pressure, recovering from setback, and take action despite of the fear of uncertainty. That's the whole game in the club, on the street, or wherever you're talking to those pretty girls. And that's what we teach. That's exactly what we teach, because we don't teach this as like YouTuber, me and Jeff, like talking about all these things. Yeah, it sounds good on the paper. You're like, Bryce, sounds good, but we actually teach that on the field. And we do that for ourselves, like every single weekend. And then, oh, it scared me. And then there's this one, like the Inner Game of like Tennis by Timothy Galloway. That's a book that Jeff recommended me to read. Sounds even more like random, right? Why a pickup like coach reading tennis book? But trust me on this one. The whole concept is that the biggest opponent is not the person across the net. It's the voice in your own head. Peak performance happens when you stop overthinking and trust your natural ability. It breaks down like into 6 key concepts. And I want to give you exactly those because every single one of them apply directly in what we're doing. So first one is self-1 versus self-2. The inner critic, doubt, and overthinking. Self-2 is your natural ability and instinct. Then you got to quiet the inner critic. That's a big one. Stop judging every mistake. Replace self-criticism with like observation. Third one is like trust the process, focusing on execution, not outcomes. Let your training takes over completely. The fourth one is like stay present, of course, focus on what is happening now. Avoid thinking about the past or future. And the fifth one is like learn through awareness. Observe without judgment. Awareness leads to improvement. Relax concentration. That's the sixth one. And the last one, be focused but not tense. Great performance always come from calm concentration and attention. Now, the key lesson in this one is the more you try to force success, the harder it becomes. The best performance happens when you trust yourself, you stay present, and you let your natural ability work without interference from the inner critic. Man, when I'm reading that, I'm telling you that's exactly what happened in the set. Like the guys is overthinking. He got that self-voice screaming, and then they freeze. The guys just don't trust it, and they let the self to do the work. He's the one like pulling. So same thing applied to me exactly. Yesterday I was like, it's Thursday. I've been literally coming back from this Euro tour with Jeff. I'm exhausted with all this traveling, jet lag, and still managing my job. And now I added like a couple of weeks ago a second job. So I'm like probably 90 hours throughout my week. And I'm very tired, obviously. I don't want to go out. And I'm back and I'm like, well, that's too bad because that's what we're going to do, Bryce. And I think about like this little resistance. That's exactly how I feel before I'm about to go out every single time. That little resistance before taking action, talking to a girl. And somehow the second thought that I have immediately after was, as soon as you're gonna start talking to a girl, it's gonna be messy, it's gonna be like really bad, but you're gonna be, boom, back in state. I don't want to call state, but you're gonna remember how freaking good you are at this, and that's it. So this is really like me training like for so many years, like changing my mindset that I have like a different script in my brain, being on bootcamp for so many years and also going out solo. Like my mindset is extremely strong because after all those years, I don't think about like this whole process about the girls and like struggling with it. For me, I'm just like this guy who has like maybe 10 seconds of like little resistance, internal dialogue, and boom, I'm in there. And I got a great night last night. It was just so fun to be back here in PB and went out like with the crew, like a lot of my old friends who go out consistently. And those are the guys who get result, and they also sometimes struggle a little bit with ego, but that's not the point. So we were like just like making out with my friend like Mike, right and left. And it's just amazing like how I started my night last night, which was like, well, I'm gonna go out and I don't feel like it. Again, the same pattern that I see over and over with myself when I get great results, I usually don't feel like it. And I think this feeling is also very key, like when you look a little bit, like because I'm not drinking, I got so many like pineapple juice last night, and free pineapple juice, yeah. But I also pay attention that I can see the guys like mindsets are shifting around like the second part of the night where they starting getting a little bit more rejected, and that's where I actually start like, time for game. So again, all those things are like years and years of preparation, but it doesn't have to be for you like that. So look, that's really the lessons like for today. Confidence doesn't come first. People get that completely backward all the time. Confidence comes after you face the pressure again and again, and you recover from going anyway. That mental toughness, that's the inner game. That's everything. Simple, but not easy. So if you watch this and you're like, man, I want to actually feel that. I want to stop being self-one in my own head and every single night. Click the link below here. Come to one of our bootcamp, ask some question. James is great for that. And we get you out there at some point. If it's not for you, just move away. This is not gonna be like a good fit anyway. We want guys who like take action or positive and want to learn. That's essentially. So at the end of the weekend, I guarantee one thing: wherever you are in your game, you spend the weekend with like me and Jeff, you will be like a total different, like you won't even recognize yourself from the Friday. That's all I have to say. Click the link below. Until next time, this was Bryce. Peace.